is it? The Velociraptor.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Mental Health Gaming. We are back with another reaction to Ark Dinosaurs. I'm an Ark player and I like playing the game because you get to ride the dinosaurs, but I am interested to know how accurate they are or are not. Now, the game developers say that they don't make them as accurate as they actually should be. Obviously, you can tell that with some of the sizes, like the Giga is far bigger than the T-Rex, but in reality, they're not that different. Apparently, I've not seen that, so I don't know. So, yeah, there are some discrepancies. So, I'm just interested to know what they have or haven't got right about the Velociraptor in Ark. So, yeah, let's get into this. I hope everybody's good. Mental health check. I hope you can do your mental health check and you are in a good position. So. Let's go.
Top 10 amazing facts about velociraptors.
That is loud.
Many of us saw Jurassic Park, the movie, and we were petrified when we saw velociraptors, since it's not every day you see giant lizards that could calmly devour someone from a single bite. However,
just going to pause it there. I want to say with blue. So go back to blue. Can we get back to blue?
Jurassic Park, the movie, and we were petrified when we saw velociraptors, since it's not
training the lizards. There's actually a guy on, I think he's mainly on Vimeo now, but you can find him on YouTube, called Joseph Carter, and he is training a lizard, or trying to train a lizard right now. A monitor, I think it's called an Argus monitor. I'm not sure on the species, but he is training it. So that may be not as far-fetched as you would seem.
Not every day you see giant lizards that could calmly devour someone from a single bite. However, not everything we have seen is 100% true.
Well, obviously.
Join us to discover and disprove some of the mysteries surrounding these beings. Number 10. The reason behind its name.
Reason behind its name, okay.
To start talking about this unique species, we have to emphasize its name, which consists of two Latin words that together mean quick thief.
Quick thief, nice.
This is due to its main attribute that is evidently its speed and its hunting method, which has led many...
I'm going to put something out there right now and say Raptor, the Raptor side. Is that to do with its feet or legs? Because I know raptors in the modern terms are birds of prey, in particular certain birds of prey. So I'm assuming it's got something to do with the feet or maybe the skeletal structure. Let's see if I'm right.
Many paleontologists to doubt if it was completely carnivorous or a scavenger, which moves us to the next point. Number 9. Was it really a hunter?
Is an Ark.
Although many have identified it as one of the most capable hunters, there have also been theories about whether it actually hunted its prey. As recent studies have shown, there are velociraptor bites and dinosaur fossils that were already in the decomposition process. However, this idea is still theoretically given a higher priority in contrast to it being a natural carnivore that fed, mainly, from smaller animals, although it sometimes opted for large herbivores, deduced based on finding a specimen where a velociraptor fighting a protoceratops can be seen, reaffirming its position as a predator.
I was going to say, like, because they found markings on a decomposed skeleton, then you're going to find that it's this nature. I mean, every animal, if it came across a carcass, every meat-eating animal will probably try and eat it. That makes sense, doesn't it? So, I don't like this whole argument with scavenger or predator. I think I like to think of them as predators because they're far cooler that way, aren't they?
Number 8. The place where everything started. The first fossils of this species were located in a desert in Mongolia in 1923, where it is said that it could have been their natural habitat, mainly in dense forests surrounded by streams and rivers. Although it has been found in extremely arid areas, it is believed that the ideal environment for velociraptors were wet areas. So it has been determined that the climate and environment of this dinosaur has undergone slight changes, and it is not surprising to believe, since these beings walked on Earth more than 70 million years have passed.
Jeez.
Number 7. Not as big as they seem.
This is the one. This is the one because raptors you can ride in Ark. And I bet they're going to say there's somewhere like the size of a chicken maybe or something like that.
As it was reflected on the big screen, velociraptors were great predators. However, their dimensions actually bordered 6.8 feet long and only 1.6 feet high.
Really? So where'd that chicken that come from for me? Must be a different type of raptor then. 1.6 feet. If they got that right, surely not. That's just up to my, maybe just my thigh.
It basically could exceed the height of the knee of an average adult.
Yeah.
The exaggerated dimensions of this dinosaur in movies could have been to show it with a more terrifying aspect. So effectively, not everything you see in movies may be true. Number 6. Sprinters by nature. One of the most outstanding qualities of this prehistoric being is its incredible speed, which is said to equal the speed of a racehorse.
Yeah,
However,
like whipping the horse.
Studies have shown that this is not exactly correct, since in fact its legs allowed running at high speeds and currently exceed an average adult, but not by a large margin. On the other hand, another of the limitations on this quality is that they could only use it for short periods of time.
Yeah, well,
Number 5.
most sprinters can.
Lethal weapons. To be a hunter by nature, you need the necessary tools and conditions, and this prehistoric animal had them because it had sharp teeth similar to a saw. Although if we talk about its main weapons, they're its long and distinctively shaped claws located in its hind legs, which would...
That's the defining feature, isn't it? Like I always remember Jurassic Park, the defining feature was the claw going on the, I don't know if you heard that then. I'll do it louder. On the floor. So yeah, that's crazy. I'll get that claw, man. That's just insane.
Would have been used to slice or open the thick skin of its prey to facilitate its access to internal organs. However, it's believed that this claw could have lost edge with the passage of time.
Well, they all do, don't they?
Number 4. Methodical assassins. This species is believed to have a hunting style quite similar to that of raptors today, since it was mainly based on pouncing on its prey and devouring it alive, until the prey eventually died due to blood loss or organ extraction. This employed method was identified because of the great resemblance between velociraptors' legs and those of the owls today, although this patient style would also resemble the way in which crocodiles catch their prey. Number 3. Group hunters.
Group hunters.
For many years, it has been believed that velociraptors hunted in herds in order to depredate even larger animals.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
However, there is no evidence that this is true, given that all fossils have been found unaccompanied. It is believed that this characteristic is associated to its resemblance to the Deinonychus species, which did comply with this rule. On the contrary, recent studies show that in reality, velociraptors were solitary hunters.
Just because they've not found skeletons together doesn't mean that they weren't pack hunters. I don't follow that logic, because if to get them all together in kind of a pile, they'd all have to die at the same time. Or is my logic wrong here? So for instance, they could be in a pack and then one goes off to die somewhere, and the pack moves off. And do you know what I'm saying? Are you following that? So just because they're dying alone doesn't mean they weren't in a pack. It's like lions. They don't all die at the same time, do they? Yeah, I don't understand that. They could either way.
Number 2. Cinematic confusion.
Cinematic confusion.
As it has already been mentioned, the movie Jurassic Park does not show the true sizes of velociraptors, but it doesn't seem to be based on the same species, since it's very likely that what they showed was a Deinonychus dinosaur, who would be a much larger species and even more ferocious than the velociraptor itself. Just to exemplify, this dinosaur species hunted prey that outnumbered it in size and strength. However, it compensated for those shortcomings by hunting in groups. Number 1. very similar to a bird. When the Velociraptor is shown in different scenarios, it's always represented as a gigantic reptile. However, this feature isn't close to the reality of this species, because multiple studies have shown that it was completely covered with feathers, which indicates that in reality, its texture would be that of a slightly larger bird. In spite of having possessed feathers, they didn't evolve enough to develop flight capabilities.
How did they know that?
Did some of this data surprise you? Tell us which ones in the comments below. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. See you in the next video.
Right, with regards to feathers, some studies have suggested, which it's the language they use. It's like, did they or didn't they have feathers? Because you'd think the feathers would, what's the word, fossilize like the bones, no? So you get imprints of the feather in the rock. So yeah, that it's the words suggested is the word. They call them weasel words, don't they? It's suggested they have feathers, but did they or didn't they? You know, that's the way I look at it. It's kind of that concrete kind of fact that I'm looking for. It's like, did they hunt in packs? Didn't they hunt in packs? It's like they're saying that they didn't, but how did they know? So that's what I'm kind of asking the questions about. But with Ark, I think, aside from the size difference, I mean, feathers I'm going to wipe off straight away because it's yay or nay on that, isn't it? We don't know. But aside from the size, I think they've been pretty accurate with Raptors. I mean, they've even added the pounce in now. So, yeah, I'd say the Ark's pretty accurate with the Raptors right now. Also, I've forgotten how to pronounce it, but the feathered ones, they've been introduced. I think they've been in the game for about a year, 2 years now. So that'll be interesting if there's a facts one on those, because they're similar but different at the same time. So yeah, that's my reaction to 10 facts you should know about this dinosaur, the Velociraptor. Hope everyone's okay, and I shall see you all in the next one. Adios.